Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is February 2nd, and right now we are looking at the infrared satellite imagery. Look at this atmospheric river all the way back. You can see its connections all the way back to the Hawaiian Islands. Look at all this lightning over the last couple of days. And the precipitation just absolutely continues to pour into portions of California, Bay Area north. This is going to start to shift down to the south. Huge amounts of snow coming for the Sierra Nevada. Couple chances of rain for Southern California as well. We'll dive into those details as we go through the video here this morning. If you want a affordable home weather station, you can take this off right here and install it on a fence post or something wood, screws, and there's a plate. Really easy to install. Or you can put it on a pole, and it's easy to set up. Takes less than 5 minutes. Great smartphone app. If you want to help the channel, click on the link down below to save 10% off. Now, we continue with this battle of having the drought across Southern California and all the rainfall falling across Northern California. However, some of that is going to start to make its way down over the next few days, and we'll take a look at the latest on that. Hopefully, we can start to alleviate some of this extreme and severe drought across Southern California. But in the meantime, flooding potential. Look at this, additional 1 to 4 inches of rain. This is just through Sunday evening here on the National Weather Service, Sacramento. But this was put out yesterday. I should put that in there. And we're going to drop the snow levels as well. But again, don't drive across flooded roads. Be aware of living near streams and creeks, and always have an evacuation plan and an emergency kit ready to go. Watch out for those rock and mudslides as well. And now for the heavy snowfall. This was updated today, but look at this, 1 to 3 feet above 5,500 feet, up to 4 feet along the higher peaks, winds gusting as high as 65 miles an hour. This goes through 10 a.m. Wednesday, and this starts on a Monday morning here. Chain controls, road closures, travel highly discouraged, significant reduction in visibility at times. Do not travel if you can avoid it during this time frame. Wait for this storm to pass. A lot of snow coming for the Sierra Nevada, and you can see they got winter storm watches in effect, avalanche warnings. It looks like a fruitcake. You know things are getting crazy. Wind advisories, flood watches, all kinds of stuff. High wind warnings. My goodness. And you can see the storm timeline here. This was updated again today, Tuesday through Thursday. That colder system starts to drop down into the Sierra Nevada, so be very careful with that. I mean, look at some of these snow levels get down towards 2,500 feet by Wednesday. Snow levels of 1,500, 2,500 in the mountains of Shasta County. So be careful out there. Snow accumulation as we go through today on in through Monday. And they want to make, notice the unusual amount of snow east of the Cascades. Model solutions that show more than 2 feet of snow in those locations. And also the Siskiyou Summit, watch out here. There's going to be some impactful snowfalls falling along I-5 as you go through the day tomorrow mainly. But look at these huge amounts for some of Oregon and Eastern California as well, Northeastern California. Now Los Angeles, let's dive back down south, and you can see there's going to be some precipitation making its way south. There's still some model disagreement on how much, but they have brought this back into their discussion. This was updated yesterday afternoon. I'll show you the latest on that here as far as the weather models are concerned. Very beneficial rainfall this would be, so I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping this does come into fruition. Now, this is day 2, because this rainfall, there's day 1, but you can see pretty much the same places for those 2. And there's day 3, which does include the Bay Area, Sacramento Valley, portions of the northern San Joaquin Valley, and it starts to creep down south of Point Conception, down towards Southern California. So we'll be watching that closely, especially as we go through the day tomorrow. Now, taking a look here at 18,000 feet, this polar vortex here across the Pacific Northwest, kind of acting like a machine gear, like gears in a machine, just pushing putting this atmospheric river into the state of California just repeatedly over the next few days. And hopefully we can kick that front far enough south to bring that rain to Southern California. So that goes on through about Friday morning there. But if I back that up and replay it again, that is a conveyor belt bringing that atmospheric river back into the state of California. Taking a look at precipitable water, this really gives you the idea of where this is originating from. The tropics, subtropics, a lot of moisture associated, just continues to stream into California. You see it bouncing around as we go through tonight, or lifts north, and then we start to get the kicker as we go through Monday night, and that starts to really bring the heavy precipitation amounts across the Sierra Nevada as we go through the day Tuesday as well. And hopefully this frontal system has Southern California rain on its mind. We take a look here at last night's European model, the 06Z, put it into motion. No surprise for Northern California, but then this system does bring some to Southern California. Again, very beneficial there. And the European also has this next low pressure center bringing another round of precipitation as we go through the end of the upcoming week for Southern California. Man, that would be so beneficial. Cross your fingers for that. And I think the 12Z is actually running, so we want to check this out as well. Let's take a look at what the latest on the European model. We don't have much data here. Are we going to get out far enough to see if that frontal, we're just a little bit too shy on that one. But that does have a decent look with bringing precipitation. The Europeans have been pretty consistent with that here recently, bringing some rainfall to Southern California. Now, taking a look at the GFS, what does it have to say? Well, the GFS is a little bit less friendly here for Southern California. You can see it stops just before it gets there. And then the next system, though, it does have some coming down across Southern California as we go through next week. But hopefully the European is right with that. Just with the GFS, we'll start to show it. Atmospheric river, AR4, strong at times across the state. And again, you guys know about that, the flooding concerns we do have. Atmospheric river is just a duration of integrated vapor transport based on how much of that vapor is being transported, just a way for meteorologists to communicate with each other. It is a legit meteorological term. It has been so for some time. Now, taking a look at 80-meter wind speeds, I love to just run through the 60-hour loops here when we get these frontal systems. Look at that frontal system just kind of dance across the Bay Area, and then you can see its progressive nature as you get on to Monday night and on through Tuesday morning. And again, strong winds across the Sierra Nevada, some gusty winds along the coastal areas and through the Sacramento Valley as you go through the day today as well. But watch out across those ridge tops, eastern portions of the Sierra Nevada, off into Nevada, very windy as we go through the next couple of days. So heads up for that if you're traveling around high profile vehicles. Be very careful all the way on in through Tuesday. And the composite reflectivity, the North American, look at that atmospheric river just ripping that moisture. And at the very end of the run, you see how it shifts south across the Bay Area for heavy rain at times, and then just like a fire hose right into the Sierra Nevada and the coastal Central Coast region, getting some pretty heavy amounts. Also, if we take a look at total precipitation, put that into motion, and you see the scale get pegged across some of the foothills of Sacramento, the Sacramento Valley foothills, the Sierra Nevada. And then it starts to track down south across the central coastline there as well, getting some of that into some of the San Joaquin Valley. Not as much, of course, as the higher terrain, though. And then we look at a accumulated positive snow depth change in inches. So this is probably a more realistic way to look at things versus a 10-to-1 snowfall map or a Kuchera ratio snowfall map. Put this into motion, and you can see as we go again through Tuesday morning, the snows are flying here on the day Tuesday. We go through Tuesday night and on into Wednesday, and then we get another round of precipitation rolling through here as we go towards the end of the week as well. So some pretty hefty amounts incoming. That's positive snow depth change in inches. If you look at Kuchera ratio, which you'll see a lot of people just kind of blanketly show, you can see big time snowfall amounts showing up as we go through the end of the week coming up here. And you can see these totals are probably a little bit more unrealistic there. But again, just trying to drive home the point that a lot of snowfall is coming for the Sierra Nevada over the next week. If we look at the 12Z GFS, again, pretty good model agreement, wouldn't you say? Now, taking a look at total precipitation in inches on the ensemble mean last night's European model. So it does include some of Southern California, but the sharp cutoff is somewhere right there. Lesser amounts for San Diego and Orange County versus if you get up towards Santa Barbara and Ventura County. So hopefully this trends a little bit heavier over the next few days without causing too many problems with some of those burn scar areas. Here's the 6 to 10 day mixed bag here for some of the West Coast. There's a 6 to 10 day temperature outlook. 8 to 14 day keeping below normal here across much of the West Coast, and a bit of a mixed bag here as we go through the 8 to 14 day as well. But anyway, yeah, hopefully you guys are staying safe out there. Again, the precipitation just absolutely relentless here across Northern California is going to be continuing over the next couple of days. And finally, we get the kicker to move down across the region and hopefully bring rain to Southern California. But otherwise, hope you guys are having a good day. We'll go over this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.